these screenshots right here, you can see they're it's a 5-minute difference. So that means this ride went 5 minutes in between this driver, and this is in, I believe, Orlando. So you see on the left, the first ping request comes in at 2:23, and that's at $7.63. It's a 14-minute trip to pick the person up at 6.4 miles. It's a 12-minute trip total for pickup to drop off for 4 miles. Then 5 minutes later, same trip comes in for 90 cents more. So
10%?
this confirms how they're going low end, they're lowballing. You know, if you ever look at a deal, if you look at the art of a deal, negotiation, you know, the person, one party wants to get it as low as possible. The other party wants to get it as high as possible. And then you meet somewhere in the middle. That is how a deal is going to happen. So if some people might go really far on outlying to try to get, you know, even more than what they want, but we're not going to get into that. Either way, what Uber and Lyft are doing is they are lowballing offers on purpose to see who will accept them. And this is then going to become the new normal. If you continue to do that, if you don't continue
taking these, if you keep taking these people, they're going to not raise prices. The algo is never going to learn. And
so would you rather, even right here, would you rather get paid 90 cents more or 90 cents less? You know, that's what it comes down to.
But I'm not Chris, look at this trip, Chris. 10.4 miles, Chris. 10.4 miles for $7.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a good trip. What I'm saying is, like, you cannot accept every single ride and then just drive on charity. Like, you're here to make money. That's the point. You're doing a side hustle. You want to go out and make money. So you need to be able to accept the rides that are going to make sense. If they don't make sense, don't accept the ride, because it's telling the algorithm, I will not take this ride. It's your negotiation. We as drivers actually can truly negotiate how we want to get paid at this point. And they both said it. And I'm talking about DK and Jay-Z. They both said it. They're using machine learning algorithms. We can teach the algorithm what we want to see. So they actually said in the interviews, I went back because when I did that short, which I'll play in a second so you can watch it if you haven't. But what they both said that was not in the short was there's going to be a little bit of time where they have to work out the hiccups. Okay, I'll give you that little bit of time. We're in that trial phase. I'll give you that. But here's the thing. That's also a trial phase that says, hey, are we going to retrain our drivers to accept lower so they're getting a pay cut? Or are we going to work out where we're going to say all of these acceptance rates drop like we did in our poll, which we'll show you guys also the results and talk about that in just a minute? Or are they going to say, okay, acceptance rates are lower, we need to price better? So then they're going to readjust the algorithm and give the proper pay that's supposed to be. And that's going to be so much better to do. If you do not accept rides that are not worth it, meaning if they're lowballing you, let them slide. That person that is trying to get a ride is going to complain because they're not going to get a ride. They're going to go to Uber, they're going to go to Lyft. Uber and Lyft, they're going to have to look at it and say, well, we priced the ride wrong, we have to fix it. So we're going to up the rate. That's the only way. Strikes will not work. Why? They just won't. There's no way you're going to be able to get a strike.
You know, the Phoenix Gal asked, here, answer that question, Chris. Phoenix Gal says, anyone getting info on the planned strike via RideShare Professor? Look, Thorsten is a good friend of mine. You know, let me tell you something. Only about 3% of people or drivers participate in the strikes. Here's the problem, okay? There's 3 million drivers in the US. As the biggest channel out there, our reach is only 130 subs, 130,000 subs. His is 55,000 subs. If you put all these rideshare channels together, it's not even 250,000 subs. Even if all those 250,000 go on strike and turn the apps off, and I've done these strikes do not work. The reason is because, yes, it plays good on the media. Yes, you guys go to LAX, which I've been there at least twice already. They come talk to me, this and that. Strikes don't go anywhere. When these people in corner offices in San Francisco are figuring out these evil algos and throwing it on you, and then you have drivers who are desperate because of macroeconomic conditions, they keep taking these trips. They're going to keep doing this, period. This game has not changed. Strikes don't work. They make a lot of noise. If you want to make noise, hey, man, I can make noise. It's not a big deal. I know all the top journalists in the country. I can call them up and have them all meet me at LAX. It doesn't work. What will work is not accepting these trips. Do not accept these trips. Fuck with the algo. Do not. Because if you keep accepting these $4 trips for 20 minutes, they're going to keep feeding you that shit. Don't accept. Just let it slide. And that's the only way. That's the only way this will work. Strikes don't work. However, if you guys want to do it, we'll go meet you guys somewhere at LAX or wherever you guys want. Talk to some media, and then let's see where it goes. It's just strikes don't work. If it worked, it would have worked by now.
They don't. And the other thing too is the majority of drivers that are driving don't even know that there's a strike going on.
Exactly.
In reality, there's not. You don't have the ability to reach everybody. It's not like a strike at the railway or a strike at a union or a teacher strike or anything like that. It's not. They don't have the same organizational effort. The thing is, though, you can say, "Look, I'm not taking that ride," and there's two ways that they could look at it. They could say, "Okay, this market is what we're going to price this at. The acceptance rate has gone down. We have to adjust up on a market or city-wide basis." Or it could be potentially a driver on driver. So 3 drivers in the same area might get a ride request coming in with 3 completely different prices for that same exact trip based on several factors that they've, keyed in. And this is something that we're going to try to find out. If they're doing it on a city basis or if they're going to do it on an individual driver basis. So yeah, there's a lot more that we're going to figure out and a lot of things that we're going to be talking about. All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.